What's going on, Bulls Nation? Woo! What the hell was that? Yeah. Welcome in to CHGO Bulls Postgame presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download their app. Be sure to use promo code CHGO when you sign up. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. My guys, Big Dave, Bow, BAWL Sports, in your face. Will the Go Gottlieb. He is Will_Gottlieb. Our pal producer, Joey Spath, is at the controls. And in case you missed pregame, our guest of honor tonight, our dear friend, Rob Schaefer in studio. Follow him on Twitter at Rob_Shave.
Better know it, Peyton.
Bulls win in Denver, 117-96.
Come on with it.
117-96.
There it is. That's not what I wanted.
Joey's calling for me to head out.
He's calling for me to head out.
Ow.
That's not what I want. You know what I wanted. Bulls win. There it is.
There it is.
Bulls win. Come on. One more because I want to hear it.
Might not get to hear that.
Bulls win. Thank you. Yes.
Take it while you can get it.
I'll take it while I can get it.
Smoke if you got them.
Yes.
The Bulls win in Denver for the second time in 2 seasons. The only NBA team to win in Denver twice in the last 2 years.
Yay.
They hold Jokic to his, Shafe, this is correct, just his second game this season, shooting under 50% from the field.
And first since October 28th.
That is what... Who had all of that on their bingo card before tonight's game?
Nobody.
None of this makes sense. My only theory that can explain this is that somebody within the Nuggets organization had a birthday last night. That's all I got right now.
Or they just thought they were playing the Bulls. That's what it was. They
Our
just
friends
like
at DNVR told their guys to
take a little
juice the stock prices here at CHGO.
Our friends at DNVR are taking a Cersei Lannister walk of shame right now.
Yeah, they're not
Y'all
pleased.
just lost to this bum-ass Bulls team.
They're not pleased. Shout out to Dev. But they're not pleased, man.
And got their arena taken over for the second time.
Bulls fans.
Taken over by Bulls fans.
Shout out to Bulls fans. Travel well. Represent everywhere.
Yeah.
DNVR Nuggets people, shame your people. Y'all just got clowned by Bulls fans and lost by 20 to this Bulls team on your home floor. Just the Nuggets' 5th home loss of the season. Guys, what the hell did we just watch?
30-5 now at home.
What?
One of them 5.
Bulls are one of those 5.
Can anyone explain what just happened?
Foolishness. It was abound, and I was very happy to see it. The Bulls played well. I don't know what they shoot, 42% from the field. They had Denver at that.
Yeah.
Denver did,
Yeah, Denver was just bricking. I mean, they were completely off. Their free throw shooting was terrible as well. And they started off hot. It was one of those games where, the winning team is kind of cocky, or the better team is kind of cocky. They came out shooting those threes, making those little passes, having some fun. But the Bulls just kept plugging. They kept chugging. They didn't stop. They kept going at it. Vooch, 25 and 15 on them. Oh, my goodness. After me reaming him out again, taking him to the shed, he came back in here and balled out against Jokic. Because early on, Rob, we were talking about it. Like, he was really struggling against Jokic. Jokic was doing whatever he wanted to him. Not so much on Drummond, but it feels like Vooch got that together in that second half against him.
And at the end of the night, he was the best Nikola on the court.
Come on and say that, Rob Schaefer.
Come on, baby.
You better know this stuff, man.
It was. Well, you asked what we watched, Peck. We watched the best win of the season. Now, I'm saying that in a vacuum because when you look at the surrounding context, it probably doesn't mean anything. But I thought very impressive. We were kind of joking throughout that it looked like Denver was just hoping to coast through this one, especially as they went up early.
Yeah.
And what I was expecting, and it felt like we were all expecting, was that third quarter to open up and Denver to break the game open.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
It was the exact opposite. The Bulls completely took it to them in that third quarter. I'm looking at the box score for it right now.
24 in the third quarter.
4-5 from 3, 7 points off 3 turnovers. They were getting out on the break. Zach with that crazy. What was that, like a tomahawk? I guess you would call it.
Ooh, he brought it way back in.
That was
like
filthy.
the LeBron.
He's absolutely right. Yep,
the LeBron dunk.
Right. I saw the Bulls getting easy points tonight, and I remember I talk about that often. Of one of the reasons I miss Lonzo is because he gets you so many easy points. You got at least 6 to 8 easy points when Lonzo was out there. I saw at least 6 easy points the Bulls got tonight. That dunk by Zach, that throw out earlier to DeMar DeRozan, like they
Bulls
got
won
easy
fast break
points
tonight, 19-5.
Boom, right there, man. They got easy points against this Denver team, man, and that was big for them. The 3-point shooting, Yeah, you know what it is when it comes to that. But Zach LaVine, man, he was truly on one from the beginning. Like, this is the Zach that signed the contract, you know, that people wanted to see and talk about. He just was so fluid and so smooth and so strong and so aggressive in his movements from outside, from inside. And maybe because his family was there, but he was talking extra shit tonight. He was extra cash shit when he was doing things tonight, man. That step back three, he let him know about it. That dunk, he let him know about it, man. And it just felt good to see him in that kind of mode, because I haven't seen him in that mode a lot this season, guys. Like, it was fun watching Zach actually do this kind of thing, man. It's great.
He
to
was
see.
9 for 9 at the rim, half of his field goal attempts. He also got to the line a few times. So, like, the attackery that you guys talked about.
The attackery of young Zachary.
Like, this last stretch, he's had, like, multiple 40-point games.
Yes.
He has been super efficient. Like, this is truly the best Zach LaVine maybe we've ever seen.
Ooh. Talk that sexy talk.
I mean, seriously, like, what, can you point to a stretch where
2020-21 was pretty ridiculous.
Pretty ridiculous.
He's
that 50
easily-
that 50-point game in Atlanta is the best
Ooh.
Zach LaVine I've ever seen.
That's
Ooh,
true.
that was vicious.
But he's definitely putting
That's
up
vicious.
all-star caliber performance here in this stretch. Like, if this would have started the beginning of the year, because I think that did kind of affect the narrative. Like, he's missing a couple of games. He didn't look right. We were just talking about, like, he's missing bunnies at the rim in that Celtics game, all this stuff. But, like, he is looking as good as I've seen him in a long time. And if he were to put this stretch together at the beginning of the year, you definitely would be talking about an all-star.
Absolutely right, man. It's good to see. And you clearly, like we say, he wasn't healthy at that start. And now, like, just seeing him here, like, all the things I complained about with him, just as far as the ball handling and not making the right read or making the right move, he's not thinking out there. You know, he's just reacting. He's just going. As soon as he gets that basketball, he's gone, either to the bucket or he's hitting you with that step back. It was just fun, man. It's just fun watching him be like this for the Chicago Bulls, man. And I hope it continues for him, seriously.
And it's hard to blame somebody, right, if you're not feeling right physically,
Right.
to not have that level of decisiveness where you're finishing plays the way that we saw tonight or in this most recent stretch from Zach. But to me, Will, you hit on it. I didn't know that restricted area finishing number, but to me, he's back to his offensive impact is not reliant on the jump shot.
Right.
He's looks so much himself around the rim in terms of his explosion. Not even just the dunks, like that where he'll go off his left or right foot and he'll have that kind of overhand layup where it doesn't matter if the defender has size on him. He just elevates over the top and bank shots. And he went to that a few times tonight, crafty around the rim. And the biggest thing you could say is it's not a quiet 29 that he scores, but it's so in the flow that you almost look down and you're surprised when he's gotten up to near 30 points, just because of how seamless and in the flow of the offense, all of his offensive opportunities.
I mean, it's just efficiency. You mentioned that at the rim. I mean, 9 of 13 inside the arc tonight for Zach. And it's crazy that you can continue to see that when, Will, you talked about how Billy said, I don't know, a month or so ago, that he wants Zach taking over 10 threes a game. And what we've seen since that is actually an opposite trend. And Zach's taking fewer threes and being more aggressive and attacking the basket. The Bulls, surprise, got worked behind the three-point line again tonight. Just a casual 21-point difference in favor of Denver behind the three-point line, but the Bulls still win this game by 21. It's illogical, and it's not sustainable for the Bulls to go 8 of 24. 8 of 24, that's like right in the Bulls' wheelhouse on threes. And a lot of that is Zach taking fewer.
And it felt like they were red hot in the second half. We got a timeout 3, Dave.
Yes.
We got a timeout 3.
Yes, we did. We got a timeout and 1, and then I got a timeout 3. It was exciting. I was very happy. I'm sorry. Well, go ahead, man.
It's just like a statistical anomaly. I mean, the offensive rebounds went to the Nuggets, which has been a problem over these last few games of second chance points.
Yes.
Obviously, the threes. I mean, they shot 43s and 37% on them. That's like,
goodness.
you don't, to lose that game, I think, is crazy. And then you look at the score, and it was losing by 21. I mean, it's just, it's wild. Like, there's, and it's just
make
like,
sense.
It's like, why can we not see this every night from this team?
I think the most shocking was the one Rob kept saying was the 96 points, like the Denver
to this
scored.
offense.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we raved about this offense. We know how good this offense is.
Yeah. I want to shout somebody else out individually that I almost can't believe we haven't brought up yet.
Okay.
Patrick Williams off the bench.
That's where I was going next, Rob.
We're on the same page. 18 points, 8 of 9 shooting,
Talk slow.
game high plus 23.
Oh, sexy.
And I think there's a lot of different favorite things from this Patrick Williams performance that we could pick out.
Right.
My favorite thing was in the first half, we saw 1 or 2 of those drives. Who was it that he put his shoulder into?
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson. Since this move to the second unit, this is anecdotal. I don't have data to support this.
Sure.
It feels like we're seeing more assertiveness from him, especially in the drive game, and him using his physical advantages a little bit more frequently than maybe. And maybe that's been trending positively, I think, even if it's not as fast as people want throughout the season.
Yeah.
But it's really popped a little bit more lately. Certainly did tonight. Made that open 3 he got in the second half run. Had a few nice cuts for dunks. I just thought he was tremendously impactful in this game. He was even flying around a little bit defensively. Had that tip in on the offensive glass.
Tip in, man. Yes.
It's only 4 rebounds for the game, but how often, with the way that this team struggles to generate offense, do we find ourselves begging, like, just go get on the glass. You can jump higher. You're taller. You're longer than everybody. You're more athletic than everybody else.
Yeah.
I just felt like he was present in a lot of different aspects of the game tonight, whereas the knock on Pat is a lot of times he's invisible out there.
Yeah.
So we got to shout him out, and I think beyond Zach and Vooch, he was the guy that I found myself nodding my head at the most in terms of their individual play.
Dave, you and I on our show yesterday were talking at length about this season from Pat that's almost over.
Yeah.
Where he has thankfully stayed healthy, been in there mostly as a starter, recently has taken this role as a bench guy, and whether or how to view it. Is it a success? Is it a failure? How do we put Pat in the best position possible, assuming he sticks around next season and beyond to really blossom, because we have not really seen him blossom, but we have seen some games like this, as Rob has said, off the bench recently, where at least what he's showing you, in addition to being willing to take and knock down threes, using his physicality more around the rim.
Definitely physical tonight, man. Rob hit it on the head as far as his activity is concerned. Like, he didn't disappear at all. Like, you noticed him. Like, every single on either the offensive or defensive side of the ball, you noticed him out there every single time. And I remember somebody was saying we didn't speak a lot on his defense when we talked about it. That's because we were like, well, we like his defense.
Right.
We enjoy his defense very, very much. And this is why we talked about it on the offensive end more, because we know there's something there. And this is the stuff I'm talking about. Even when I brought up talking about the one-handed shot, and I don't know why he quit doing that, it was like his second shot of the game was that one-handed
little
shot.
push shot.
And guess what? It went in. Yeah, that's what it does.
And that's a good point, because the first shot is actually his first touch of the game was a dunk.
Yes.
And I think that goes a long way for him. We've all kind of addressed it here, but like Billy Donovan talks about all the time too, like him putting his imprint on a game, him having some sort of inserting his physicality into the game. That's exactly what we saw all night. And I think it is a lot easier for him to do that with those second units, where he's just maneuvering around one of the big 3 or even 2 of them. But all 3, I think it's really hard to do that. But in terms of like his season on the whole, I think he has become a really good 3-and-D wing who can be your best, not your best defender, but who can guard oftentimes the best
player.
wing player, and who's shooting 40% and who has really good steal and block rates. Like, that is the outline of a really strong contributor. And now it's about starting to level up with that. And he's talked a lot about getting to the free throw line. You saw him put his shoulder in and get there.
That was huge.
Creating offense for himself in the form of jump shots, just getting to the rim. Like, he's starting to do all that stuff. I think that's like the foundation, and now he's starting to build on it.
That was huge for me, man. Him getting that and one and getting that call, because you usually see it going the other way against him. Remember early in the season, he was always getting those offensive foul calls, setting those picks. That was a constant thing for him.
It was just automatic.
Yeah, that's what it was. And to now see him get it on the offensive end, because he's being aggressive, and it wasn't just flailing around aggressive. It was controlled. He knew what he was doing. He was sure of himself when he was doing it out there. That pull-up where he split the defense and got to his spot and raised up, because when he shoots, being that tall and still jumping that high, nobody's going to really block that shot. You know what I mean? You got it all. So seeing him do those things, and the man went 8 of 9, and that shot was a 3 that he missed. He was 1 or 2 from the three-point line and hit his only free throw. is probably the best game I've seen him play offensively this season, just because he
certainly
did
in a long
everything.
while.
Or you can say that as well.
I think he had 1 or 2 20-point games earlier this season.
But it was just the way this looked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He looked sure. It wasn't like, hey, good job, Pat. It was like, oh shit, Pat. You know what I mean? He's bringing it tonight.
Yeah.
He said
The best thing you can do with Patrick Williams, man. He's not an all-star.
Yeah.
He's not going to be an all-star this year. He's not going to score 20 a game next year. Throw it out. Throw out that he's the number 4 pick.
Yeah.
And this is what we did with Lowry. This is what we did with Wendell. Like, enjoy the ride and the gradual progression when a guy's 21 years old. I know this is what's so screwed up about the Bulls situation is we kind of can't afford to do that because the team is designed to win and contend now, and they're not. Who's underperforming? I guess you could say him. So that scrutiny gets put on him, perhaps unfairly. To me, I'm good with the season he's had. I've seen enough steps forward and enough progression that I feel pretty good about his floor, like you said, Will, as a prototypical 3-and-D wing who is on his way to being a very useful Swiss Army knife type of player.
How many
on
teams
both sides of the ball.
want that player? I mean, literally, if you hear any like NBA podcast or any talk show, it's always like, well, if they just had that one big 3-and-D wing, it could be like your apex predator defender.
And that's
like that is Patrick.
Clearly the mold that they saw when they saw a young Patrick Williams in that one season he played at Florida State. And they were like, that is the NBA guy that we want.
Right.
It's just a matter of
coaxing it out
development.
And he's only
coaxing.
21.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of coaxing, it's time to coax some likes out of you guys and convince you to buy these wonderful products.
Such a pro.
That help sponsor our show.
Such a pro.
If you don't want to give me or Dave or Will a thumbs up tonight, give one to our friend Rob Schaefer.
Is that the only reason I'm here? Get you guys,
Get you guys
some thumbs up?
30
People in the comments
30%.
are loving that you're here, Rob.
Yeah.
Stanis Slavico in the comments said, Shafe was gone, the Bulls sucked. Shafe comes back, Bulls win title, question mark?
What do we say? What's my plus minus, guys? Plus 21.
Plus 21. Shafe's got a plus 21 on CHGO Bulls appearances. Our friend C-Red UK Neal said, Rob back, Bulls back. Coincidence?
That's how it happens, man.
This is a very important question, though. This was also posed by Stanis Slavico in the comments. You said, wait, but now who has the most coiffed hair on set?
Yeah, thank you. Dude, get out my brain. I for real was thinking that while Rob was sitting there talking. I'm
Rob,
like, are they having a quaff off?
A well-coiffed head of
They
hair.
are having a quaff off.
Does it rival Will the Gogali?
The quaff off is
Joey,
real.
what's that strategy you use or system that you use in the comments? Like 1 and 2? Who has the better coiffed hair? Goat for 1, 2 for Rob.
Yes.
Why are you pitting us against one another?
We're not. We're just.
Nah, I'm good with it.
Both areas.
We gotta hear what the people have to say.
Well,
And it'll
Rob's
give
got
them
one
something
already.
to do while we read these ads.
Yes, man. We gotta read.
Thumbs up for
these
Rob.
things.
Thumbs up for Will. How about that?
Participation trophy generation. Come on, man.
Dave,
Right. Come on, Rob.
I'm trying to get some
Talking
likes.
about Our post-game sponsors tonight.
Come on, man. Rob Schaefer talking that stuff. I love it. And that makes me want to do this right here. You hear that? Oh, that right there, y'all. That's that Goose Island. Y'all know I talk a lot about this Blackhawks one. It is special. That Blackhawks Pale Ale, limited release. Go get you one of those, man. But they also have all the awesome ones. You got the classic 312. You got the limited edition Bulls Tall Can. And, Matt, do anything later?
I got no plans.
No plans. Right there in your face. You can get some of that as well. Also, that Bourbon County Stout, that Christmas IPA, that Beer Hug IPA series, that Green Line, and of course, for all my cool fancy people out there, the Matilda. They got all that covered, man. So, Goose Island has 2 local locations, and they are open and ready to welcome who? You. Grab a beer right from their innovation tanks at the Goose Island Tap Room at 1800 West Fulton, or get a smash burger and a fresh beer of the week at the original Clybourne Brew House at 1800 North Clybourne. For reservations and pickup, go to gooseisland.com/locations. Goose Island Beer Company, the true taste of Chicago. I made that up, Rob.
Dude, that No
Great
Plans is so popular because I've gone to the West Loop Market here in our neighborhood at the office. Shout out West Loop Market. And I've gone to a couple of different stores in my neighborhood. Since they released No Plans, flying off the shelves.
Flying. I told you last
I need them to restock the No Plans. Dude. You hear that, Goose friends of ours?
I told you the one I go to that was near my house used to not keep it in the cooler.
Yeah.
Just out there on the shelf. And then when I went there last time, I was like, where'd it go?
I mean, honestly, it's
And I
so
went over
delicious.
there,
I'd
right
drink
in
it
the
at room
cooler.
temp. I really would.
I really would. It's delicious. It's amazing, man. Get you some no plans.
You know what else I enjoy drinking at room temperature?
What that is, sir?
All the cash I win at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Ching, ching.
I mean, I did.
You like that, Rob? You like that, Rob? You like that one?
I had a thought, but I'll tell you guys off. What my thought was right there.
I will
Segway
admit,
king.
as a fully on board the Tank Bulls fan now, I put a money line bet down on the Nuggets halfway through that fourth quarter.
He did.
Because why not? How many 20-point leads have we seen the Bulls cough up this season?
At least 3.
That would have been the cake of all cakes of Bulls coughed up 20-point leads. Didn't work out. It's okay. I'm going to double down and make some fresh bets on NBA action tomorrow.
It's not going to stop
And
him.
I'm doing it at DraftKings Sportsbook with that promo code CHGO at sign up.
Yeah.
Going to make a same-game parlay, and it's a no-sweat variety of same-game parlay, meaning if it doesn't hit, I'm going to get a bonus bet back.
Yeah.
So I can do it again.
2 times.
Plus, that amazing, incredible offer for new users who sign up with promo code CHGO. $5 down on any NBA action, and you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. An offer so good, why say no? Trick question. Don't say no, say yes at DraftKings Sportsbook. Shout out to our DraftKings Sportsbook king of the game,
Who that be?
Zachary of the Attackery.
Oh,
29 efficient points on 12 of 18 tonight. Also dished out 4 assists, had a couple of steals, chipping in on the defensive end.
did it all.
And my favorite, Zach stat,
What's that?
solamente un turnover. One.
Adios mio.
1 turnover. Way to take care of the ball tonight, Zach. He is our DraftKings king of the game. Shout out to Zach.
Yes.
Shout out to our friends at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Oh, it's good stuff, man. I love it very much. Another player I wanted to discuss because I saw somebody in the comments say they've been waiting for me to talk about it because I did want to speak about him.
Mm-hmm.
Kobe White.
Okay.
Once again, because, all year long, I've been talking about the defense. I was over there screaming it in Rob's ear, and I apologize that for Rob, but I was very excited to watch him play defense one-on-one and just how much it improved. And he was doing it actually against guys like Jamal Murray. You know what I mean? Like he was holding his own against those kind of guys. And again, on a night where his shooting was not on point, I believe 1 of 6 from the three-point line, 3 of 10 overall, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. But I like the fact that he would not stop chucking those threes. He just kept shooting and kept shooting until one just finally went down when the game was over. But one finally went down for him.
And he's been cold for a while now,
Yeah,
and
he
he's
has.
not letting it affect him.
But his
and that
defense has
confidence.
been hard, tough. He's been
He had
on
that one
point.
possession. I think this might be the one you're talking about where he was guarding Jamal Murray.
Sorry, Rob. We broke Rob. We broke Rob.
You gotta break somebody once for
Yeah, man.
upset.
Yeah, this is true. Go ahead.
What's it like after a loss? That's what I want to know.
It's kind of the same.
It's the same
It's about
shit.
the
Hats
same.
everywhere. Just
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Except
raining
hats, right?
hats.
That thing is just, hey, there's one for you.
That's a happy hat.
Yeah, it is. That's a happy
No,
hat,
I'm
sir.
mad they won tonight.
Oh yeah, you
Well,
are.
that's true.
He was
That's
no,
true.
actually a little behind the curtain. Peck and Gottlieb were like livid as the Bulls were pulling away in this game. They were actively very upset, and Dave was loving it. Dave
Yeah,
was
I was like, nah, give me the
rolling
win.
in it.
Dave likes joy.
I like winning. Sue me. I like winning, man. It's not a bad thing, guys. It's not a bad thing. Winning is good. But yeah, I like Kobe, man, like, and his impact he was making out there on the floor, even though those shots weren't hitting. I say to you a lot, Will, like, just take the shot if it's open. I don't care if it goes in sometimes. But just take it because it helps the rhythm and the flow of the actual offense that's going on. He was definitely doing that. He got it together after that bad turnover that he had. He got his thing back together going again. But I just like the fact that even now that he's struggling, he still makes an impact on his team, man. That's important to me.
I mean, he had 1/4 of the Bulls' total 3-point attempts tonight.
Wow.
Which is crazy. But I mean, we talked about it dating back from training camp and even this summer. Like, yes, he can score. Obviously, the shot isn't really falling as much as you'd like right now.
Right.
But like, he needs to find other ways to keep himself on the court because the Bulls do need that shooting. They need somebody to get shots up. And yeah, the defense has been awesome. He had one play where he cut off a couple of Jamal Murray drives and kind of forced him into a really tough turnaround jumper that he ended up making. But it's like, those are the plays where if you can bring him off the bench to be your third guard and he can be passable defensively and a scoring threat, like, that is a really good player.
Yeah.
That the Bulls, like, They need somebody to shoot up threes. That's 6 of them. 6 of 24 right there.
They also need someone to get him running and push pace, which he does pretty effectively as well. We were talking about this off air. I keep saying that. Had a lot of good dialogue tonight.
A lot of good conversation off air.
This is true.
Kobe's an eye test guy now. Yeah. Like you just read the stats, Dave. If you take out the plus minus because he was a plus 22, if you just looked at the raw counting stats from this game: 7 points, 3 of 10, 1 of 6 from 3, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. You wouldn't think he was a guy that had a tremendous impact on the game, and yet he was out there when the Bulls made their biggest runs.
True.
And he was contributing in all those little kind of gap filling ways that you mentioned. I feel like it's been that type of season for Kobe. I don't have his numbers in front of me, but obviously just with his role being as limited as it is, he's got to be averaging career lows basically across the board still to this point.
Yeah.
But if you're watching him on a nightly basis, you see improvement in all the ways that fans were begging for the last 3 years. Ball handling, on and off the ball defense, ball security, playmaking. Like we were saying, like first 3 years of his career, maybe 2.5. There were some signs of this last year, although the playoffs were ugly, that Bucks series. If his shot wasn't falling, he wasn't
can't play him on the
he
floor.
can't be on the court. He wasn't making an impact. It's completely flipped on its head in a 1 year span.
Right.
So in that way, tonight is actually a pretty fun and good microcosm of Kobe's season.
Yeah.
Because if you were just going to box score watch it, you wouldn't think anything of it. But if you watch the game, you saw the little ways that he was able to affect a lot of the runs that the Bulls made that ended up being decisive.
And you know, I talked about this, Rob. Like one thing I like so much about him this season is he forgets the play immediately after it's over. He forgets it. He's on to the next one. You know what I mean? Whether it goes in, whether it doesn't, whatever happens. A great example was the turnover that he made. You know what I mean? He made the bad turnover, gave back down.
Selective amnesia. You need
forgot about it. And then when they had a play where they got the ball and they running on the break, you see him recognize, oh, man, I don't have numbers. Let me bring it out. Let me run the right play and get it to my right guy to get open and get a score. Like, that's the stuff he wasn't doing. He was king of going 1-on-4. Like, he would love going.
Well, he had one speed.
Yes, that was it.
Yeah.
Like, and it was head was down, and that was it.
He didn't read the game. And like I think right now he's at a point where he understands change of pace and he understands where guys are on the court. Like I think that's like that's a huge thing.
Agreed.
Connor in the comments, one of our regulars chipping into that combo saying Kobe plays with a level of suddenness that this Bulls team desperately needs. His numbers may not always reflect it, but he often times helps dictate the pace and flow of the game. Very well said.
Good take, Connor.
Connor's always got good takes hanging out in the comments. Yeah. You know who has a bad take is Henry Monahan in the comments, who said Bulls ain't getting Scooter or Wembanyama. Let's win some games.
It's not a bad take.
Clearly, you weren't paying attention the other day when we told you that the Bulls have a higher odds of winning the draft lottery outright, not just getting a top 4 pick, winning the lottery outright, than making the playoffs as of like a day ago. But yeah, sure.
And it doesn't have to be Scooter Wemby.
But
we'd settle for a Thompson brother or and Anthony Black. We could be flexible here.
Anyway, if it involves keeping that top 4 pick, I'm for it.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about Kobe even like right when you got here, Rob, before pregame tonight. And it's funny because how much have we been talking recently about this conundrum that the Bulls now have facing them this offseason of do you keep Ayo or do you keep Kobe? Because you probably can't keep both.
Right.
And one of the first things that Rob said when he sat down is like, man, Pat, Ayo or Kobe, what are they going to do? It's like, eye test right now says Kobe. Yeah. Like it really does.
He's playing well, man. He's playing well. And I thought Ayo did play well tonight, though. I want to give him some love, too. I thought he played well tonight. He was more controlled tonight. And you saw him, like, he is getting good, Will, and I'm trying to say this correctly, but he is getting good at scoring in bad spaces. Like, there are times on the floor where it's not within the rhythm of the offense. Well, that's not the play being run, but he still scores within it. I saw it tonight when he goes to the rim, blocked off by Jokic. He's bringing it out
and
to reset it and everything, and he takes a jumper. That's not the shot, to take, but he's scoring within that, man. I thought that was really big, honestly, and that was a big bucket.
That. I mean, they struggle outside of Zach and DeMar to like generate offense out of nothing.
Yeah,
and Ayo obviously feels really more comfortable, I should say, in those sort of broken plays or in the mid-range area in general than he does catching and shooting spot-up threes.
Yeah.
And so to get himself going, whether it's out in transition or just like off a broken play like that, he has to find ways to insert some offense into the game, because it's the same thing with Kobe, but kind of the opposite of like, you're going to get really strong defense from Ayo. You know what he can do as a point of attack defender, but if he's record scratching on threes or doing the negative step and stepping out of bounds or like catching the ball and running into a shot clock violation, it's really difficult to justify having him out there in games where you need offense.
It's weird because it feels like their roles have kind of reversed now, right?
Yeah, they need to be like fused into one player.
Yes, become one. Get together, guys. I've seen it happen in the comic books.
Joey, I've seen some super chats rolling through. Let's knock some of those out, shall we?
Knock them out the box, Joe.
Oh, okay. Well, put them up on the screen, and I will read them. This one is from Gio, who said, when we want the Bulls to win, they lose. Now we're thinking tank, and they beat the top seed in the West. Where do we go from here? Well, where we go from here is losing to the Rockets on Saturday. That's where we go from here. Which, by the way, I thought this was funny. Casey Johnson of NBC Sports Chicago just tweeted this from Denver. For what it's worth, consistent theme in Bulls locker room tonight was, yes, a good win, but we can't take a step back against the Rockets. I love how the Bulls themselves are already picturing blowing a game to the Rockets on Saturday after getting this great win.
Well, it's like every time they have a good win or a bad loss,
I swear to God,
people can't like figure out what this team is. Like they are exactly this.
Yeah.
They're a team that has frustratingly bad losses, impressively good wins, and is 6 games under 500 because that's the lack of consistency. That's who they are. So you're going to continue to see some of these wins. You're going to continue to have a bad loss here and there. And that's just what this team is.
And listen, I mean, I know that they don't want to lose to Houston on Saturday. I don't think anyone has ever accused this team of not saying the right things. That's never been the problem. It's the action behind it. So I don't expect them to lose to Houston on Saturday. They're at too urgent a point of their season, but of course I wouldn't rule it out. I didn't think they were going to lose to Houston the day after Christmas when they did, and they got kind of run in that game.
I mean, out the gym.
Funny enough. Their own gym.
Yes, their own gym. Yes.
So we'll see. I mean, this is the other thing we were talking about throughout the game is, I mean, it was, unbelievable to watch. Bulls just run Denver off their home floor in the second half of this game. But you're left with this still hollow feeling of, one, which you guys have kind of hit on, where is this every other game? And then two, what's the point?
And now what?
Yeah, and now what? Which is kind of the point of that comment.
Get there. You're getting in the car, sir.
I don't want to get in that car.
Yeah, I know.
Dave, because
you're a big red bus.
Get in the car, man.
Dave,
Go ahead, bro.
Dave, you are a positive force.
Thank you.
You're a force of positive energy.
I appreciate that.
What is your preferred way that this Bulls season ends? 16 games to go.
Don't ask that question.
What's in your wildest dreams?
Look at Joey.
in the realm of possibility.
In the realm of possibility.
Because I know these two guys are. We know what their answers are.
Oh no, everybody's answer is in line except mine because I'm simply just want to go to the play-in. For me, you set this up to get to the playoffs. That was the setup from the beginning. That is the goal from the jump street, was to go to the playoffs no matter what. So I am in on that goal, point blank, because he's already stated, dude, I don't want to be this in the draft. I want to be a team that's always competing for the playoffs and making those big runs. So I'm like this. If this is his goal and this is what he walked in saying, I don't think he wants to change that. Like, I don't want to see him operate from where he doesn't want to operate from. Like, and I'm saying that to say he doesn't feel like he's comfortable from operating from that position. The other one,
Arturas, you mean?
Yes, Arturas. When I say that, the other one was I just simply don't believe they're getting the top 4 pick. Like, even if they get that, and Will read the percentages to me of them getting that top 4 pick, I simply don't believe it. Like, for the Bulls to get that, I've been a Bulls fan a long time. I don't believe it at all. I watched them get 3 straight years, dog. I saw it happen. I don't believe it at all that they will get a top 4 pick. It is more likely of them to get a top 5, to get the number 5 pick and then give it away. That feels more like the Bulls, does it not? That feels like what would happen
when they got Patrick Williams. It's happened.
It's happened. But it happened after they fired everyone and brought in everybody brand new.
Well, and that's the irony.
And the world was on fire.
The one pick they jumped. The one draft they dropped into the top 4 of is like the worst.
Not the
draft.
draft.
and that's with all of the positive things we just said about
Correct.
Patrick Williams. Like it's not like we're out on Patrick Williams, but
it was like after the third, you were like, okay, it's up for grabs.
Like look at 5 through Tyrese Halliburton of that draft. It's like
everything was a crapshoot after 3 because you knew who 3 were. You knew who the top 3 were.
And I think we all probably feel the same way about Wiseman, but that's neither here nor there.
It's true.
For me, it's just like I can't shake the idea of thinking beyond just this season. Because I get it. Like I don't want to watch bad basketball. I don't want to be done watching basketball in
it's not fun.
May or April or whenever the season ends.
Yeah, you'd be lucky to get to May.
And I just don't see, and like, it's a good thing I'm not the general manager because they'd really be screwed if that were the case. But I just don't see.
But then the Bulls would have a GM with perfectly coiffed hair, Will.
Ooh.
Did I win
Wait
that?
for your press conference.
Did I win?
It looked pretty even to me. I don't know if we did a final tally, but it looked pretty even.
Even split? Okay.
I just don't see a way out of this. I don't see a way where they can go from get to like even secure play-in spot anytime soon other than like getting lucky. And it would require luck, and luck is not a good strategy, as you've stated many times. But it's just hard to imagine them doing something other than bringing this group back when we already know what this group is. And like I said, maybe they've got something up their sleeve. I don't want to rule that out, but given that we didn't see anything last trade deadline, that we didn't see anything this summer, that we didn't see anything this trade deadline, I'm not really sure what the answer is other than get lucky.
So a lot of luck has to happen. Part of me also doesn't want to believe that they can sit and watch what this team was this season and not do anything.
But didn't you feel that way?
So then you don't want them to make the playoffs.
No. I'm saying after they do all that, you know what I mean, to even go into the offseason and not make these trades.
Rob's point is if they do put a stretch together here where they make the play-in, win 2 games and get to the playoffs, like don't you think there's a world where they say, yeah, this is the group now? We're
there's a
onto
world.
something.
Yeah, no, there's a world.
And I don't even if that run were put together, I don't think that's the right.
And that's my point.
Answer.
Is like you have to like take that away as an option.
You're like remove it all and put them in this draft. I feel like, dude,
not even in this draft. Put them in a situation where the only option is to make a move, because if you make the playoffs right now, there's hope with this group, and I just don't see
you don't want that at all.
Not saying I don't want that. I just don't see it.
Okay.
Will being anti-hope is it's a pretty aggressive.
It's a pretty thing.
Stance. I totally agree with you, but just taking that out of context is
I'm the anti-hope guy.
It feels like the hope that he's placing is more so in the draft than it is. But
it's not the draft. It's the idea of making change because I think there needs to be change made, regardless of what happens in the
because
draft.
they would have no choice, is what you're saying. I understand that. Makes all the sense in the world. But for me, putting that into the fact that I still have to have some hope that they get a number 4 pick, it's still hope included. You know what I'm saying? In this, regardless. So what am I going to put my hope in? You know what I mean? That or something that they can actually control. I'd rather put it in that.
I get it.
Go ahead. This is after a win.
Bless your heart,
after a
Dave.
win, man.
I am agreeing with a lot of people in the comments who are just saying that, I mean, winning your way into the play-in, maybe winning out of that into a first round, it doesn't do anything for you, and it could hinder you moving forward. I would rather set themselves up better for the future than have a little dalliance that's meaningless now. That's just me. Okay, we got to take one
it's
more.
not just you.
That's a fact.
It's just me.
Yeah.
It's just me, sir.
I respect it.
But I respect it.
Another person
I don't
saying
mind
it.
it, brother. I don't mind it all.
Ben Dean.
No, that's your
man,
burner.
Ben Dean.
That's your burner. I see you get your phone out.
Oh, no.
Right there.
No, Ben Dean is legit. Ben Dean's
Dude,
a
Ben Dean's
star of his own. Ben Dean.
That's for you, Ben.
That's for you, buddy.
You know you love the hat throws.
That's for you.
That's for you, man.
All right, I'm sorry, Ben Dean. I
Shut up.
didn't mean to question your authenticity.
Gave him Peck hat throw while he was doing a food review.
You did, yes.
It's epic.
That was epic. That was pretty amazing.
Appreciate you, Ben Dean.
Shout out to you, sir.
All right, one more quick break. We'll come back. We'll get to our remaining super chats, and it is a Bulls victory night.
Come on.
You know what that means? We got a goon of the night to hand out.
Goon. What? I don't even know what that was.
Joey's really struggling without a mic tonight.
Sound effect. Joey wants a mic so bad.
We've only got 4 mics
Poor
on
man.
set here, so Joey's the odd man out, and he's feeling it.
He's got to have it, man.
He's
He'll be
fine.
back. He'll be back.
Rob, can you come back Saturday? So we have 4.
Is Joey gonna let me back in?
Yeah. I don't think y'all want him back because
I took his mic.
They won. I don't think y'all want him back here.
Man.
Getting them a win, sir.
Many people in the comments believing that Rob is our good luck charm.
I'll take it. I'll definitely take it, man. Oh, yes. Is it time? Can I talk to him about
Hit
it?
him. Talk
Hit
to
him
the
with
people.
that Focus-o. Can I talk to him about it? Chicago. Because you already got the best coverage of your favorite sports team. Matt and Rob in the same night. Broke them both. Your favorite sports team. So get fitted out in the best sports gear around. And where that is FOCO. FOCO's got you covered from Soldier Field to the living room, north to the south side with those hoodies, those slippers, those signs, those bobbleheads, and everything in betwixt. Get decked out like tomorrow. Got Will. With apparel from the leader in sports merch collectibles.
Wix.
And who that be? That be FOCO. Looking for the perfect gift for that football fan in your life, basketball fan, baseball fan, whatever fan you need, FOCO's got you covered with those hoodies to fight that Lake Michigan breeze. So check out FOCO.com or click the link in the description below for all non-presale items and use that promo code CHGO for 10% off because it's FOCO. Faux show. Dramatic.
A deep dramatic pause. Tonight's post game here at CHGO also brought to y'all by our friends at ComEd. ComEd Energy Efficiency Program is committed to helping families and businesses alike in the communities they serve save money and energy. 2 things I'm always trying to save. ComEd offers free facility assessments that can help find energy-saving opportunities, whether it's lighting, HVAC systems, commercial kitchen equipment, or industrial processes. An authorized engineer will work with you to develop a detailed assessment plan specific to your goals and needs. These can be done in person or virtually and last approximately 2 hours. Within 3 to 4 weeks, customers will receive a report detailing energy efficiency projects that they can start working on immediately. Each recommendation includes estimated energy savings, cost savings, project costs, potential incentives, and simple payback plans. Here's what you do. Don't wait. Get started saving money and energy, both of those things together today. For energy saving tips and to schedule your free facility assessment, go to ComEd.com/poweringbiz. That's B-I-Z-biz. Or if you're ready to sign up for a facility assessment, you can call them at 1-855-433-2700 during normal business hours to speak with a ComEd Energy Efficiency Program representative. Email them businessee@comed.com or request an assessment online on their website, ComEd.com/facility assessment.
Like your slash, like karate chop. That's a
Karate chop.
Like that. What was that game that people were obsessed with on cell phones for smartphones for what? Fruit Ninja?
Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja.
Yeah.
The slashings.
Did not think we'd have a Fruit Ninja reference on tonight's show.
I downloaded that game and played it like right when it came out, and I played it for like a week, and I was like, I'm bored. Moving on.
Yeah, there wasn't really a point. You weren't really going.
It was just
anywhere.
like I'm gonna drag my phone on
There was no
my finger on my phone
start-finish.
screen.
It was good on. I don't know if you ever played it on an iPad though. You really, the fruits are.
The fruits are larger.
Yeah, they're bigger, so they're more fun to kind of cut through.
I need it to be like life size though.
life-size
Like a
fruits.
jumbo screen where I'm slashing whole
yeah,
watermelons like
One of
Gallagher
these
style.
days this summer, we'll bring a bunch of watermelons
Yeah, y'all
and a
got a lot of
samurai
space in
sword
here.
and let
Yeah,
Matt
right.
go to town.
Yeah.
Okay, none of that.
Well, I mean,
sounds
we
right.
do have a balcony. We can make it an outdoor activity.
I'm not putting a sword in Matt's hand. Like I'm
That's
not doing
that's
that.
that's
fair.
really
That's fair.
smart.
No.
actually.
Where do you get a sword?
Oh, that's a great
Where does one
question. Joey,
purchase?
I'm about to say
Chinatown?
Joey would know. Chinatown. Joey said get a sword
You
in
could also
Chinatown.
try the internet. I bet you could buy.
That is a thing I've heard. It's a thing I've heard. You can get there.
Hold on.
I've heard you can get fruit on there too. I'm scared. I'm scared how you saying this, Joey.
I'm just gonna search the word swords in the Amazon search bar right now and see what. Oh, you can buy so many swords on the internet. So many swords available for purchase.
Free delivery same day.
Ooh.
Same day delivery.
Same day delivery on a sword?
I don't like that.
Yo, man.
Something doesn't feel right about that.
Hey, man, if I knew somebody like that, I'm not hanging around them no more.
No flagging system or background checks on swords. You just hit that add to cart button. or the buy now button.
Nobody needs the sword the same.
Not for violent reasons, just for playing real life Fruit Ninja.
You could probably, say you do a watermelon. You could eat the watermelon after.
Yeah,
that's true.
If only the rind lands on the.
I don't know.
I had some delicious fruit salad for breakfast this morning. It would have been way more satisfying if I had sword slashed it myself before I ate it.
Yeah, don't give this man any weapons, please. Keep these weapons away from him. All right. Well, while he looks up swords, can we give this away, Joey? Can we hand out this right here? Can we get some goon of the night
goon of the
going
night
on
that I've
right
had
now?
in person?
Glad I called that guy.
It's been a minute.
Now, the pleasure of introducing you to Blade Laser.
Yes. Rob, I shall explain this to you, sir. Goon of the night is given out to not necessarily the best player. It can be, but not necessarily the best player most points, but someone who did something that was very goonish. I'm about that goon stuff, sir. I'm about that goon life. I like that kind of thing. This could have been named the Alex Caruso Award or the Patrick Beverly Award, because those are definitely goons. But we'll go around and get everyone's goon of the night, and then I will tell you who the belt goes to. We will start with the swordsman himself, Matthew Peck.
I am going to give some goon love to someone who didn't necessarily earn goon love on the court tonight, but because of a reaction he had from the bench.
Oh, okay.
And my goon love is going to Andre Drummond.
Okay.
Whose eyeballs were as big as the biggest dinner plates on one of Jamal Murray's nastiest moves of the night. Yeah. If you guys recall, it was some sort of ridiculous between the legs, behind the back, step back, difficult shot that Jamal Murray made.
Yeah, I
just
remember.
Dribbled through 4 of the Bulls' 5 defenders, and as he's just casually jogging back down the court, you saw Drummond in the background, and Drummond's just like, "Yo!"
First of all,
and it made me laugh.
I love your jogging down the court right there. That's how it jogs down the court. I love that.
That's how a baller casually jogs back after doing something awesome on the court.
When he's playing against James Naismith. That's how he jogs, right?
It was just such a Drummond moment. It was Drummond has no poker face,
none, zero,
and I love it.
That is true. That is true. Will the Go Gottlieb, sir? Who would be your goon of the night?
Rob made the joke already. He was the first best Nikola on the court tonight. Vooch was 25 and 15, and he held Jokic to 18 points. And 12 rebounds. I'm going Vooch. He was the generator of offense. Obviously Zach was great. Patrick, we've given love to, but gotta shout out Vooch for the followers.
I like it. Joey, who's your goon of the night, sir?
Patrick Williams, flashing up the double 4s.
I actually thought that was an 8 for Zach.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
I really did. I thought Patrick Williams. All right, Patrick Williams.
I know my man
tonight.
Joey.
And young GOAT, Rob Schaefer, sir. Who would be your goon of the night, sir?
Number 8, Zach LaVine. Whatever he did in the game, we went through the stats and how great he looked, whatever. That dunk on that breakaway fast break, that tomahawk that he uncorked,
nice.
He did not have to do that at all.
No, he didn't.
And actually, what's funny about Zach, for being such a legendary dunker, and obviously being a part of one of the greatest dunk contests of all time and winning back-to-back, he doesn't have this deep Rolodex of like in-game posters or bodies that he's caught. So to me, and maybe it's just because we're still in this mode of, crossing our fingers that his explosiveness is really back and it's back for good.
Yeah.
But seeing that was definitely energizing. And you could tell he just put a little extra oomph in that. And whether that's because, Dave, like you mentioned, his family was courtside, whether that's because you're in the middle of a run and you want to keep the vibes
Playing
rolling.
against Aaron Gordon.
Playing against Aaron Gordon. That's a good point.
That is a great point, sir.
There was some goon in that dunk.
Yeah, there was.
It's the spirit of the award.
Yeah, I love that.
He gets it.
Casey had a great column with some good Zach quotes about him reminiscing on those dunk contests he had against Aaron Gordon back in the day. Yeah. And you can tell, Zach clearly has moved past that phase of his career where he's known as the dunk contest guy. But I think you can tell when he speaks about it every once in a while these days that it still does mean something to him, that was that. Because people have said, since those Zach versus Gordon dunk contests, yay, Mac McClung had some cool dunks this year, but the dunk contest is junk.
Yeah.
And they that was the last time it was good, and that means something to people.
No, it's true, man. And him being a back-to-back winner, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure it means something a lot, man. It means a lot to him. So, man, those are all excellent points. They really were. Goon of the night. It's tough. I'm giving it to Zach LaVine.
Ooh.
It's going to Zach LaVine. It's tough, man. This went back and forth. Honestly, at first I had Pat for putting the shoulder into somebody. I was very excited. And then I honestly was with you for a second, man, because I had Drummond. Because I had him just for how he played against Jokic. I thought he played well against Jokic, man. He did a very good job. And he wasn't
the one missing dunks tonight.
Correct. He was not the one.
Shocking.
But Zach LaVine talked so much shit tonight. I ain't seen him speak like that in a minute. Even after that dunk, Rob, he went back down the court talking crazy. And then when he hit that step back three, talked even crazier.
That was nice.
He was running his mouth in a way I haven't seen him do that. And that was just really awesome to me. And so for that reason right there, for bringing the attackery back, Mr. Zachary, and he went splackery on everybody. This, sir, Goon of the Night, goes to you, my friend. Oh, it's so good to see him like that. It's just really good to see him like that. His I think that was a really big thing for him, having his family there, and how he performed in front of, his father and his rest of his crew.
I believe his birthday's on Friday, too, so get on him.
Do you guys keep a Goon of the Night leaderboard? Do we have standings on?
Not yet. We should next year. I think we'll do that next year. You're right.
I'd be curious who would be at the four, because it's only after a win, right?
Yeah, only after a win.
Only after a win. Caruso Goon of the Night.
It is kind of named
so maybe
after
you name it after the person who wins the most after each year. Change the name of it.
Oh, yeah. Rob coming in with the heat. Okay, I like this.
He's an idea guy.
He's an idea. That's who he is.
Big ideas.
I mean, that head ain't just for quaffness. He's got some brains up in there, baby.
Wait, do we get a final tally on that?
I love it.
What do we think?
Play it.
Stop the steal.
Robin,
what do we think?
Stop the steal.
What do we think?
Stop the count. Count the votes. Let's round out the night with
mail-in
some more
ballots are going to come in and help me out.
Noah Harris with a super chat. Shout out to Noah, who said, "Is it time to have DeMar come off the bench?"
Wow.
And I like how Billy rode the hot hand energy. What do you guys think? Also love Bulls fans taking over tonight. Do indeed love that the Bulls fans took over
Bulls
Ball
fans
Arena.
could have won Goon of the Night.
They could have.
Yeah,
I actually think I saw somebody in the comments at the beginning of postgame saying Bulls fans were Goon of the Night for taking over the Nugget Stadium.
That's true.
We were talking about how the Bulls are very apparently running more of their offense through Zach LaVine now than DeMar DeRozan now. We talked on Monday's show about the upward trajectory of Zach statistically and usage percentage and his point production and the simultaneous decline of DeMar's. I don't think that DeMar going to the bench has ever been even a thought that entered Billy's brain.
Yeah.
Nor should it be.
Nor should it be. The man who just made the All-Star team? Yeah,
All-Star.
Let's put you on the bench there, buddy. Thanks for that.
Buddy.
Let's put you on the bench. No, you don't put him on the bench. And again, DeMar is such a pro that in a way where even if he's not scoring, the same thing we talk about with Kobe. When he's not scoring, he's still going to affect the game in some way. How many games have we seen him do like this, but he still walks off with 7 rebounds and 6 assists?
Man.
He still does this. And even tonight, the 4 steals. You know what I'm saying, that he had tonight. Or was it 3? I think it was 3.
It was 3. 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 steals, to your point.
That's just sexy stuff, honestly. And we know his shot wasn't working, but he is still that threat. The double team is still coming to DeMar DeRozan, which guess what? Opens up your offense and allows guys like Vooch down in the post to get those easy buckets. So as long as the ball isn't sticking and moving, yeah, you keep him out there, man. DeMar DeRozan is still good. I know that's a news flash and a hot take, but DeMar DeRozan is still pretty good at basketball.
Well, and what have we heard all year long from Billy Donovan? It's we cannot be so dependent on DeMar.
Correct.
We cannot be so predictable because the ball is just going to be in DeMar's hands.
Right.
You need to mix it up a little bit. I like that they're running more offense through Zach. I think it forces those two guys to be able to play off of one another in a way that maybe they weren't doing it last year, whether it was for Zach's injuries or whatever the case may be. But I think for the Bulls to reach their potential offensively, those two guys need to make each other better. And in order to do that, they need to be able to play off of one another. I think this is good. This is good reps for that.
I like that. You're right.
Joe, we have a couple more super chats we got to get to before we wrap up. Okay.
Let's get to him.
Sure. Yeah, I'll tear through them. Ramses Rendon saying, "Is this team bad? Yes. Poorly constructed? Absolutely. Would I want to play them in the playoffs? No. Ooh. Lord, if we just had one shooter. Good game, P. Will. I would not mind a matchup in the first round with the Bulls. We all saw what happened against the Bucks last season. Hey, we dare you to shoot and make threes. Challenge accepted. Challenge failed. Bulls lose series.
He tickled himself on that one.
Our guy AK with the super chat saying the Bulls win against the #1 Nuggets on the road, just like us fans and Vooch believed in and thought we would. I hate this team. PSP Will's best impactful game thus far.
Yeah.
So he agrees with you on that, Dave.
Yeah, right on.
Jimmy Lit World, love that name,
Nice.
saying this super chat is for my man Shafe. Glad to see you back. And Bulls beat Denver in Denver, even if the rest of the season is still a wash. No, you didn't want them to beat Denver in Denver. That's the thing. Win of the season, though.
It was.
AK, what seems different with Zach is that the team is going to him, whereas earlier everyone went to DeMar. I think the baton is being passed, as we discussed. Our guy, Manuel, shout out. The biggest Bulls optimist in CHGO's family, saying, hey, guys, I guess the Cubs can wait. Let's go, baby. We're back. Beat the best in the West. I don't care. We're going to 6 games in the first round. Well, according to AK's goals that he set for himself, that would be a step improvement.
That would be an improvement.
Yeah. It's always IDC, which I assume means I don't care, right? Yeah, okay.
Shout out, Pete.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. You pointed it out last time, Joey. We understand. We get it.
Pete saying LaVine put on the Jets on those drives, showed up for his family. Good game, Bulls. Hit that like button, y'all. We back. I don't know if we back.
Step on those dreams.
Chris Z saying, love you, Rob. Hope you're doing well, dude. So much love for our guy, Rob Schaefer, in the comments tonight. Love to see it.
Absolutely.
Gio saying Zach playing like the All-Stars that he is. Shout out to Mahir Muhammad, who's tossing a super chat all the way from Qatar. Saying love from Qatar. This team is confusing. How do we beat good teams, then lose to the Pistons? Worried for the future. No draft assets, injured players, cap issues, aging players. What's the way forward? We don't know.
Very true.
Last one. Stanislavico saying, Bulls win. The video. Rob Schaefer joins. Like the video. Kobe and Pat, best plus minuses of the night. Like the darn video. It's just so cute and sweet that you said darn.
Yes.
Like a grandma.
What would you say, man?
Dropped her knitting needles. Oh, darn. Like the darn video. I would say like the damn video.
Yeah.
All he was trying to do was get people to like your video, man.
That's it, right?
Giving us a super chat.
Just roasting
Gave you
him.
some money and
Absolutely
everything. dog.
roasting this guy.
You have to know when you toss us super chats that will get read that they might be roasted, and not because they're bad takes, but just be roasted for the dumbest, most inexplicable
Part of the
reasons.
experience. It's part of the experience.
Come on the
Who
top
Matt
of
is.
my head.
They know who he is by now. They understand.
Yeah.
They get
At
who
least
he
I'm
is.
not like Joey saying, throwing an MFer out there,
Dang,
asking
Joey.
people to like the video.
Ain't hard.
Joseph, do you kiss your mother with that mouth?
Shout out to Mama Spathis.
Hey.
Darn it.
I can take it. Yes, you can. Because you are grown up and a wonderful
Yes, you
individual.
can.
Man. Give
all
Peck
right.
some help. Bro. Hey, he's a grown man.
Plenty of help.
You know what I mean? I've helped where I can.
I got all the help I need.
Beep, beep.
Yes.
Yep. That's the sound of the police. That's also the sound of the end of the show.
Oh, my God. Where is he going? Let's go home.
We'll have a Bulls HQ with the GOAT and our guy Mark K for y'all tomorrow, correct, Will?
Yes, sir. 6
Stay
p.m.
tuned for that. Also, if you're doing nothing at 3 p.m. tomorrow, I'm going to be on the CHGO Sports Pod with our guy Luke Stuckmeyer.
Yes, he is.
Talking about March Madness.
That's at 3 o'clock now?
3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Wow.
And not like the who's going to win the tourney March Madness. This is Stucky's idea. I can't wait. What about being a Chicago sports fan makes you mad?
Oh, no
March
wonder he brought.
Madness.
Okay.
Oh, you are.
Yeah.
You are perfect.
Okay, great.
You were
Yeah,
built
right.
I
for
was
this.
like,
We get it. Yeah, we're on.
okay,
Yeah.
Stucky. Yeah, I could do
You were
that.
built in a lab for this podcast.
So tune in for that. And
Oh,
then
man.
we've got Bulls Rockets on Saturday, so we'll be back around for that. Clearly going to be an L.
Yes.
You know. One more round of applause and thank you to our
There
guy
he
Rob
is.
Schaefer for joining us in studio tonight.
Thank
you. No less.
Yes, sir.
What a stud. What a
1-0.
Follow him on Twitter at Rob_Schaefer.
Yes.
Contributing now at Bulls.com. Check out his coverage there. Rob, Don't be a stranger. Always a pleasure, man.
Anytime,
No
sir.
way, man. I mean, after seeing y'all set up, yeah, I might have to sneak Peck's key card out of his back pocket and get in here. But no, sincerely, thank you for having me, everyone. Thanks for the warm reception. I can't really read the screen. I need a new prescription, but I saw some of them, and everyone was very nice. So,
Yes, man.
looking forward to seeing where this Bulls season and everything after that goes, because no matter what, they're not going to be boring. Right?
Oh, that is well
That
said.
is for certain.
That is a fact.
Until tomorrow, you can follow us on Twitter. Our pal
We on,
producer
G. We
Joey,
on
shout out to him, is at Joey's Pathis. We are CHGO _Bulls, Will the Goat, Will _Gottlieb, Big Dave, Bow, BAWL Sports. Rob is Rob _Shafe. I'm Bulls _Peck. Thank y'all so much for watching, Bulls Nation. Hit that thumb. Throw Rob a thumb if you haven't yet before
Give
you
him
head
your
out of here.
thumb.
Subscribe to CHGO Sports on YouTube. Bulls HQ on deck tomorrow. We will talk to you after Bulls Rockets on Saturday. See you, Rob. Be good.
Peace.